Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Today's topic is how to invest $1,000. I'm going to give you some passive and active ways of investing. I made a previous video on how to invest $100. A lot of people were asking me, okay, do 1,000, and I'm like, okay, why not? 1,000 does open up a lot more doors than 100. So if you have the chance to be able to accumulate and or save to $1,000, this video might be for you. I think I have 14 different ways for you to be able to invest 1,000, and that's not even all of them. The most passive, and what I usually find, and I'm only going to mention these because they are some of the most popular ways. When you look around online, I was a bit, I don't want to say discouraged, but annoyed, because the only way when you look for ways to be able to invest money, it's always the same things. Stocks, mutual funds, index funds. These are great. These are amazing. People make tons of money. There are tons of people who've become incredibly rich off of them. However, I believe there are many other ways to be able to actually invest your money besides those things. However, $1,000 is a good chunk of change, because I've seen a lot of people also asking me as well. I've noticed a lot of people who follow this channel have been asking me how to get into stocks and are relatively interested in stocks. So here we go. 1,000 into stocks is very, very good, especially if you choose a lot of like blue chip ones, very major, gigantic companies who've been around for a very long time, who also pay out dividends. This could be the beginning of your stock portfolio, and this is how you kind of start. Mutual funds are kind of the same. Mutual funds, we've gone over this before, but mutual funds they kind of encompass multiple stocks at once, which is also pretty good. A lot of times you'll only have to, for a share in the actual mutual fund, it costs you anywhere from $12.50, that is $12.50, to $100 per share of the actual mutual fund. So they can also be a very advantageous thing for people to put their money into. Once again, not knocking them. I used to be into mutual funds myself. Same exact thing with index funds. Index funds they are funds that follow an index. However, they are passively managed as opposed to mutual funds, which are actively managed. I saw these all over the place. Cool, wonderful, absolutely amazing. We've also gone over those before. These are the three top ways if you are Googling or looking around for how to invest $1,000. It's always the same. Peer-to-peer lending is something that is not even becoming popular. It's incredibly popular right now. A lot of people are really into it. You typically get around a 7% return from the money that you are putting in. It is riskier than other investments because you are lending out your money to other people online, but you're typically going to be going through a company. So they should have some type of a fail-safe. If you happen to not get your return, that they kind of cover it for you, because it's completely nonsense that people would want to put their money into this. So if you've been looking for a really alternative way to be able to invest money or put money to the side, or you can lend it to other people. The lending business is huge. It's going to be, I just realized I have the fan on. If you can hear the fan, I apologize. It's hot. It's very, very hot here, and I'm not going to turn it off. I'm not turning this thing off. That's the point to be made. I just realized I still had it on as I started the video. The point is, lending is going to be a thing for a very long time. I do not foresee a future where people are not in debt or are not taking out debt in some form, regardless of what the future might hold. So peer-to-peer lending may be for you, especially if you like the idea of lending out money and then making a good chunk of change back for the money that you lent out. This could be your thing. Not the most exciting, I'm gonna be honest with you, but these are very exciting to me, and I haven't really figured out why in my life. Put that 1,000 towards a retirement account. It could be your 401k, it could be into a savings account, it could be really anything. A lot of people, and I'm gonna cover this in another video, don't realize how bad the retirement situation is right now and how much worse it's going to get. So if you are, or feel like you are near or on the cusp of, or even just really early to the party when it comes to retirement, and you want to make sure that you can retire and are going to have enough money to be able to retire, like I said, it's not the most exciting, fancy thing, but you might want to put that 1,000 away towards retirement fund, because a lot of people don't really know what's coming, and it's going to get really dramatic really fast. Same exact thing, tying slightly into it, is a savings account. Not the most exciting. I am usually horrified to find out that tons of people don't have, not even a savings account. They don't have savings. They have no money put to the side. That's not good. That's not how the world works. And I will even tell you more honestly. A lot of times I've seen people, when I've looked in comment sections for other videos, not just mine, but other people, when it comes to making money, I usually see comments like, hey, I have $5,000 to spend. How should I invest it? And some of the suggestions that people have just not, they're not good. I've even seen people telling other people to not worry about investing and just kind of live your life and see where life takes you. Not many people want to be broke, either anymore or in 10 years. That's not something that a lot of people kind of want to do. So start saving it. You can even start building an emergency fund, which is also another topic that we're not going to talk about in here. But it's another way to invest it. Make sure that you have money for a rainy day or a rainy couple of months. It's not the most exciting, and you may not have dollar signs flashing in your eyes, but the last 5 months have been kind of ridiculous for the entire world. I've watched documentaries, and a lot of people have come to, reality hit them in the face because they don't have savings. Don't be one of those people. Start building up a savings or an emergency fund. The next one I am accustomed to, but it's not for everyone, is to investing in cryptocurrencies. I would even go so far as to say, if you are looking for an investment, but you don't mind 10% of your investment from the 1,000 that you have being slightly risky, you can push that into the cryptocurrency market. You can take that sliver of 100 and put it into one coin or 2 coins. I wouldn't really recommend 3. You're diluting it a little bit. If you feel that you have, once again, always do your own research. It is imperative that you figure out if this is the right course for you. The crypto market is extremely volatile. It's extremely risky. However, with that risk could come the potential of huge amounts of rewards. Make sure that what you're getting to isn't a scam. I have a couple of other, why am I pointing? I have a couple of other videos on this channel that you can look at, or my other TMI channel, in case you are wondering what you should potentially maybe be looking at. The cryptocurrency market is very fascinating. It's very fast moving. A lot of people have made fortunes before in the past, but they've also lost it a lot. So if you are looking to really get into something that is high risk, but also high reward, crypto could be for you. Has a very hold and wait mindset when it comes to crypto. The point is to just really the set it and forget it. It's buy it and look the other way for about a good 5 or 10 years so you don't have panic attacks from all the fluctuations. Moving on, you can invest in sneakers and flip them. This is a market that I don't think a lot of people really understand. I think if you are into sneakers or are a sneakerhead, this makes a lot more sense to you. I had a friend years ago, this was 2005, 6, 7, who told me to start investing and buying stuff from Supreme. And I was like, one, the name sounds stupid. I don't even want to get into that. Who would even care to do that? I remember he was buying Jordans and he was buying everything from Supreme. I remember he had a hat, said Supreme on it, and I think he wore it nearly every day for about a good year. He told me, I think he paid, what was it, $29.99, $49, whatever for the hat. And I think he sold it for $200, and it just kind of blew my mind. Same exact thing goes for sneakers. There are, it's a very big industry, but a lot of people don't really understand that it's still a very untapped market. There's a very huge amount of people who are buying massive amounts of sneakers all the time. Going to when I first started in my other video talking about eBay, I started out with selling comics, of course, but also I was really into selling rare sneakers. I used to enter raffles just to see if I could actually win. I won more than a couple, like the gray Kanye West boots and all this other stuff. They would cost about $300 to buy, and I was reselling them for $2,000 online. It's a very big market. If you know what you're doing, and it took me about a good, I want to say 2 weeks to a month doing proper research, figuring out what the market was looking for, what sold, and even finding websites for like new things coming out is incredibly lucrative. This is also if you are looking to invest that money to get into like flipping things, this may be the job for you. Try to watch a documentary. Find one after this on YouTube, like a sneaker documentary, sneaker reselling documentary, reselling sneaker documentary, whatever combination of words you kind of want to use. It's another world. It's just completely out there. Like 15-year-olds with like $45,000 that they made that month. It's otherworldly, but you know it's also competitive. But it is a way for you to be able to invest that $1,000 that you have. You could use the money, and I told the people this before. It's not $500. It's usually a bit less. You can use around $500 for a good camera and a microphone, and start a YouTube channel. You can start a vlog. You can even start a podcast. A lot of people have started podcasts, and I think a lot of people once again think that you need millions of subs and millions of viewers and millions of so-and-so to be able to start making money from YouTube. That's not the case at all. It is difficult. However, if you really stick to it, it does eventually pay off. I think a lot of people, gone over this in another video, usually want the glitz and the glam and the really fast money. That's not how YouTube is. However, if you stick with something for a very long time, the payoff is tremendous if you really continue with it. It doesn't cost $500 for a new cam nor a microphone. You can usually get like a nice DSLR. You may even also be able to use your current mobile phone that you're using and a microphone as well. It can be a very good way. This also ties directly into the next one. I am for people starting online businesses, and I think I'll mention that one sentence until the end of time on this channel because I don't think people understand how beneficial it can be for you. eBay, Amazon, drop shipping, AliExpress, I don't care where you start it. Just start, I would recommend, if you want to invest that $1,000, to start an online business. You can sell a multitude of things in many different ways. It depends on how much product you want to house or store. If you want to sell digitally on Amazon or on many other platforms, or if you want to do drop shipping and not have to worry about having product in your house at all. You have to get the ball rolling somehow. You have to begin somewhere. And this could be your moment. This could be the day where you finally start and make your own online business. It is very freeing to have your own business. It is also very freeing to have multiple streams of income, just in case one of them disappears, you still have multiple others as well. And I think that should be one of the main takeaways from this video is even if it's something about you looking into getting into stocks and mutual funds with dividends, it's still starting that drip of the passive income from you actually doing that as well. The same exact thing with crypto. There are also passive income ways to make money from crypto. Wholeheartedly recommend starting a business, and it doesn't cost you tons of money as well. I have a dropshipping video on my Amazon business, and a video on my eBay business, so you can get an idea as to exactly how much you need to get into it, because it's not as much as you actually think. This is more of a fun one, and it's a way of investing that a lot of people may not care for. However, if you're looking for something a bit more fun, you can get into a hobby of and it pays off both ways because it's a hobby and also it's an investment. Starting to buy like gold and silver. And I would recommend, if you want to go down this course, to look into almost said investigate. Research as well what kind of gold and silver you would want to buy. Gold and silver themselves are investments, as they are gold and silver. They don't have the same returns as many other investments. However, gold this year has done fairly well for itself. And it has, I mean, realistically, gold was $300 in, what was that, 2005? It's done fairly well. I would recommend getting into coins. It was something that I got into a bit years ago, and I have a feeling it'll be like I give it about a good 10 years. I'm probably going to start doing it all over again. It just seems like a really fun thing. For those of you who don't know, when gold and silver coins are minted, they have a year on them. And a lot of people collect these years because there is not only a finite amount of gold and silver, but also a finite amount of these coins that are actually created every single year. So what ends up happening is these coins become huge collector's items. A lot of people, a lot of times, are looking for gold and silver coins from 1971, 1984, 1992. And you'll go into a gold and silver shop and you like look over the coins and you realize like, why is this one more expensive than this one? And the guy explained it to me. Lo and behold, of course, the older ones are usually worth more. And a lot of times, certain animals or things are actually like stamped onto the coins with a certain year. But certain years won't be as popular as other ones. So if this one coin on this year got minted, 25,000 pieces, but the next year the silver coin only had like 13,000 pieces, this becomes a lot rarer and people start trying to find them as much as possible. So random example, let's say the actual spot price of silver is $20. A silver coin that has like a particularly like a well-known animal and or stamp on it may sell for 25, 26 when the spot price is around here. As the years go on, you can look at the actual price chart. The older coins become a lot more popular, rare, but it's just a way to you're investing. It's a hobby. It's really fun, and also it's a more or less contingent on the price of gold and silver also going up as well. I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's not a bad way to invest. Like you can accumulate a good portion of gold and silver coins with $1,000, and this might be your new hobby. It's a very rich hobby. This is not a. I mean, even just talking about it, it's kind of weird. Like collecting gold and silver coins, that's something that it sounds like royalty or kings do that. It's not a normal hobby, but this might be up your alley. You might, it's a less risky one, or rather gold and silver are seen as less risky compared to crypto. So this might be your thing. Just gonna throw that out there just as a thing. Also, really fun, you can invest in comic books. A lot of people forget that comic books are great investments, and I'll give you a little story to give you an example. When I was younger, as like an actual kid, not like 12, 13, like a kid, I used to go to comic book stores all the time. Talk about this as well in my eBay video. This is how I got into selling things like that. And I remember, I'll never forget this because I think it hurts now. I walked into a comic book store and I remember I was looking for like stuff to buy, and I remember that I saw one that looked really interesting and I was like, oh, that one looks kind of cool. And I was like, how much is it? It was, I think, $45 or something like that. It wasn't a lot. I had saved up my allowance for a while. It was a comic from the 1960s. And I was like, I think I want that one. And the guy in the store was like, yeah, but nobody wants that comic. No one likes the character. The comic he's a little boring. He was kind of popular in the 70s and early 90s, but no one, I would actually buy that one. And I was like, okay, I'm a child. I trusted him. You know what comic that was? It was the first appearance of Iron Man. And I'll never forget it because on the cover, he has a very weird, like, terrible stance. It's an old drawing of it. And it was because in the 90s, no one cared about Iron Man. A lot of the comics, a lot of the characters that you see in these Avengers movies, these Marvel movies, no one cared about these comics. They only got really popular because of the subsequent movies that they were in. If you look at a price chart for the first appearance of Iron Man before the Iron Man movie came out, it was nothing. You could buy them for $25, $30, like in, not in the best condition, but these things sell for tens of thousands now. The same exact thing with the Avengers. The Avengers was not a popular comic book group. People didn't know about them. I remember when the Avengers movie came out, people were like, what is that? That sounds really stupid. Same exact thing. They were planning on releasing the Defenders, which is another Marvel action kind of group, and people also want to know about those as well. The point is, I think, if you have always thought about comics, these are, and I'm trying to give you more fun ways. I get kind of sad sometimes when people think that investing just has to be this kind of headache, and you start this and you have to do that and have to put more into the stocks and have to buy the mutual funds. Like, also understand that you can have fun with your investments as well. The same exact thing when it comes to comics, like I was just talking about. If you find the right comics, if you invest in older comics, years ago, the same exact thing before the Spider-Man movies came out. investing in the first appearance of Spider-Man or the first issue of Spider-Man. These things, you could buy these things for 2, 3, 4, 500. Now, I think the first appearance of Spider-Man is like, what is it, like 15 to 25,000? It's absolutely nuts. It, of course, takes a while to get these returns. But it's definitely a way to get into, I mean, you can find tons of, maybe not YouTube videos, but you can find tons of topics on like actually investing in comics. I used to do it heavily as a kid, and I found it quite lucrative. And the last one, which is also, I think, something that we'll probably talk about as well in the future, is learning how to program. And I was looking around, and I saw a couple of, really funny, I saw a couple of places they had, what's it called? Like online classes and stuff like that for $129 or $250 for the entire year. And I was like, it's not terrible. And then I remembered years ago, I started learning how to code because I had a friend who was coding. You can learn how to code for free online. There's a website called Code Academy. That is code and then Academy. It's completely free. And you can learn how to code, which is probably going to be a job that's going to be incredibly in demand in the future. It's already in demand now. Imagine as we move towards a more digitized future, it's not going to not be popular. I have to stop with the double negatives because I can't use them that well. It's a job that's going to be around for a very long time. We will need people to code the new machines of the future. And doing it, and I mentioned it because I saw, I was like, okay, that's 1/4 of 1,000. And I was like, oh, you can also do it for free. Yeah. So that's 14 different ways you can invest your $1,000. There was also something else that I wanted to say. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it's gone. Crap. If I think about it, I'll write it in the comment section. It was something along the lines of programming. Nope, I lost it. Something along the lines though. Oh, yes, there we go. Same exact, this isn't on the list. There's a, for those of you who don't know, and I mention this only because okay, whatever. We're gonna be more candid right now. I didn't expect the list to go on this long. There's a website called Coursera. I've recently seen about a good 3 videos popping up in my suggested video, and you can even find older ones as well. Talking about is university worth it? And I'm talking about university in places where it costs about $30,000 to $50,000 per year. There are places where you can actually take free courses from major universities, from Brown, from Harvard, from Yale, Cambridge, completely for free online. And like I said, I'll only mention this because it's relevant to the actual idea of investing and pushing your money further. I've seen people online. You can even find other people talking about this as well. When you complete these free courses, you actually get like a little certificate from the universities that says like, this person has completed this course at this time and so and so and so, and you are then knowledgeable in that. And people have actually attached these to their CVs and to their resumes as they're looking for a job. And it's actually helped them get that job because they were more knowledgeable in it because they had taken an online course from Harvard or Yale or Brown. Also completely for free. There's so many ways to make money online and to learn things. Like everything that humans have ever learned is online. Don't be afraid to use the internet as your resource for anything that you may be looking for. Yeah. And it's only because it's $35,000 per year or $50,000 per year. I saw something that this kid, he was $250,000 in debt. And you all know what's been happening in the last 5 months. There are not a lot of jobs for these people. So these people are in debt for the rest of their lives. So yeah, that's another way to not only invest your money, because even though it's free, but also to invest your time. Imagine how different your CV or your resume looks if you've taken 10 different courses from Brown, Yale, Harvard, Cambridge, and a bunch of other universities, compared to someone else who's also going for the exact same job and has none of those things. It has none of those certificates that you also have. Anyway, kind of off topic. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed. I assume I don't have to make a what to do with 10,000 video, because that's right. Anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.